my people, my family now at this point, thank you all so much for tapping into another video. We're going to cook up another one for y'all. First and foremost, before we get started, we are powered by the homies at DNS Cleaning. So if you're a realtor, you got a bunch of properties that you need to, get clean before someone moves in, tap in with DNS Cleaning. If you have a large workspace that you need a team to go in and get the bathrooms, workspace straight, those are the people you want. Vacation, if you have like an Airbnb, something like that, need someone to go in between vacationers, maybe make up the bed, put maybe some toilet paper in the bathrooms for you, make sure your bathrooms are clean. Those are the people you want. So tap in with me, and I will be sure to get you in contact with them so that way we can get you all situated. All right, I got the gear on, baby. The gear is in the shop. It is available now. So make sure you all tap in. Make sure you get your gear. Thank you all, for everyone that's got their gear. For anyone that's just visited the shop, thank you all so much. But, let's get to it. Y'all. First, we had an unfortunate situation. We were supposed to get Jalil Hackett versus Rahman part 2. I was looking forward to it. It was a good fight, the first one. And Jalil Hackett was ready to run it back. You got to put some respect on his name for that. It was, a fight that he lost. It was a split decision. It was a close fight, the first fight. So instead of taking, what I like to call get back right fight, an easier opponent to get him on a path back to that tougher fight, he ran right to the smoke. He ran right to the fire and said, I want to run it back with the same guy that beat me. And you have to appreciate that as a fan, because there's a certain level of danger there, right? Because we know in today's world of boxing, 2 losses at that young age, the promoters are looking at you a little sideways now, because everybody has this whole undefeated mantra, and 2 losses would be, and Jalil Hackett's so young, so for Jalil Hackett to say, look, put me back in there with the dude that beat me, I 100% appreciate that. That's why I was looking forward to the rematch, because I want to see what adjustments were made, right? Because we know how that first fight went, and the second fight is all about adjustments. And given the fact that Jalil Hackett's a young fighter, I want to see what we got up here. You know what I mean? What kind of adjustments are you and your team, making? So I hope they get a chance to run it back, get well soon, Jalil Hackett, obviously, and we'll keep you updated on if that rematch happens or if there's another option, for Jalil Hackett. So we'll see. But the night got started off with Jermaine Ortiz. He got a unanimous decision win. He was in a fight. He was in a fight and went the whole distance. And it was something that he needed, because now he's talking about getting in the ring with some of the bigger names in the division, right? So he needed somebody that could test him and push him. I don't know if he's ready yet. Let me know in the comment section how y'all think. Chop it up with me in the comment section. Let me know how y'all feel. I don't know if Jermaine Ortiz is ready yet. This was a nice, this was some nice work that he got in this fight, and he's headed in that direction. I think he's, very talented, but I still think he's, a few fights away. But it was good to see him back in the ring, though, because it seems like it's been a minute since we've seen Jermaine Ortiz. Jermaine Ortiz is one of those guys, like I said in the last video, y'all, he's like high risk, low reward, right? He's not one of those big names. Like, we know him here, obviously, right? Because we know boxing, so we know who these guys are. But, the casuals and people like that, they don't know who Jermaine Ortiz is. So a lot of these fighters, they're like, why am I going to fight him when he doesn't have a big name, when he could very well beat me? So I'm losing. I'm not gaining a lot by fighting him, because not a lot of people know who he is, and if he beats me, then. So Jermaine Ortiz is one of those people, but like I said, we'll see. But it was good to see him back in the ring. But Amari Jones, the gear. Let's start there. We got to give a shout out to his gear. His fit was on point. He had the Orlando Magic scheme going on, colors going on. It fit well. It was one of the more clean fits that I've seen. Him and Caleb Plants, when Caleb Plant had them Friday the 13th joints, I want to say when he fought Darrell, Man, those two are two of the cleanest fits I've seen. But Amari Jones came out there looking clean, boy. And his performance was just that, clean. Second round stoppage. He was accurate. He was strong. It looked like the first couple moments of the fight, he was trying to get a feel, which is normal. You know what I mean? Because that's what happens when you start to fight off. You get the feel for everything. And it's his pro debut. We have to stress that too. So there has to be a sense of nervousness and nerves, from his standpoint. But man, best case scenario in a debut. How it can't get any better. The only way it can get better is a first round knockout. And that rarely happens. Amari Jones passed his test with flying colors. He got in the ring with a guy I want to say had 19 or 20 professional fights. He had a winning record. And like I said, he was strong and he was accurate. And he showed that he belonged. And they asked him in the interview, kind of how he felt. He felt like he was at the amateurs, he said, which is good because there's a sense that tells me there's a sense of comfortability. If he's saying that it kind of feels, like he's back in the amateurs, it seems to me from the outside looking in that that's taking a little bit of pressure off of him, that he kind of feels like he's at home, that he belongs. And when you give a young man like that kind of confidence along with that kind of talent, sky's the limit for him. But like I said, best case scenario with that debut, right? You wanna impress, you want to get people wanting to see what's next for Amari Jones. And a lot of people are wondering what's next. And I believe Eddie Hearn said, if I'm not mistaken, when the Boots Ennis and Stanionis fights happen in a couple weeks, Amari Jones is going to be on that undercard as well, considering this fight went 2 rounds and he didn't take a lot of damage. And this is the best time, right? When they're young, you keep them active, you keep them in the ring. Same thing that they do with Abdullah Mason. Get them in the ring, get them active, and hopefully they go to the moon. But Amari Jones, A+, A+, A+. He passed his test with flying colors. I am, I know I say this with a lot of, but I'm definitely intrigued to see what's next with him because he was highly decorated, and he put on. Orlando's like my second home, anyways. I lived there for a little while, but I don't want to get too far into that. But yep, young man, outstanding job. Edgar Berlanga, man, whew. He did what he had to do. He did what he had to do. He came off the Canelo fight, and you would kind of expect that fighting Canelo, you gain a certain level of experience. And I think that showed in this fight because it looked like a complete mismatch, to be honest with you. Now, his opponent at one point was out for 10 years. I think they say he was locked up. So Berlanga did what he had to do. I just wish it was just against a little stiffer competition because that's going to bring the best out of Berlanga, and that's what Berlanga needs. But Berlanga did exactly what he had to do, right? He beat the guy that was in front of him. And it's on the bigger, better things. He's right back, like I said in video, right? He's right back in the equation with the big fights. He called out Caleb Plant right after the fight. He said, F Caleb Plant, F Caleb. I want to say he said like 4 times. So that's the fight that I've been wanting to see that one for a while. Even before Berlanga fought Canelo, I wanted to see him fight Caleb Plant when they were face to face. But I think that's the fight that needs to happen because I believe he mentioned Charlo. Charlo's been inactive, and I want to say he mentioned Munguia. So we'll see. Munguia's still. He still has to. He got to have his get back right situation too. So I believe it was Munguia. If it was someone else, I apologize, but I want to say it was Munguia. I want to say those were the 3, but Caleb Plant is the one that makes the most sense because there's a history there. They're both right on the cusp of world title fights, and they both been in the ring with Canelo. They both had good moments against Canelo, so I would absolutely love to see Edgar Berlanga versus Caleb Plant. Let me know how y'all feel in the comment section. Do y'all want to see that fight? If you do, who wins, Caleb Plant or Edgar Berlanga? But hopefully they run it. If they give the fans what they want, it's all over X. You know, fans react to it, so hopefully we get what we want with that. And in the main event, Ammo Williams ended up getting the unanimous decision. I believe one of the scorecards was a little far off for me. I believe Volny did have good moments in the fight, as we did predict in the fight prediction video, because we know Volny is one of those people. It's, you know, he's big for the weight class, and you know, he's got good footwork and good counters. So guys like that are always going to be a problem. And he had his moments in the fight. So I believe one of those scorecards didn't do him justice like it should. But it was a good fight either way. Like we said, Ammo Williams did get the job done. So it's on to bigger and better things for Ammo Williams, and we'll make sure that we keep you locked in as far as what happens with Ammo and Volny and everyone that was involved on the card. But it was a great night, you know, in Florida, great night of boxing, great day as a whole. You know, we had the Nick Ball versus TJ Doheny card that happened. We did a review on that one as well. Make sure you watch that video as well. We broke that card down. But like I said, it was a whole day filled with boxing. You know, it was fun to watch on my end. So we got another set of good fights coming up next weekend. So, you know, we'll be here taking a look at them and reviewing them, and might even throw a preview video. Might see if we can do a preview video of the Cambosos versus Dowd Jordan card that we're going to get with Sky Nicholson and Tierra Brown. So stay locked into the channel. Make sure you follow us on all the platforms. Make sure you all stopping by the shop. Make sure you all donate, you know, to the channel if you can, because this is just going to go, you know, to making the channel hopefully one of the biggest platforms in boxing. And then you have, you know, my word on that. As you see with these videos, we just going to start pumping them out. So we going to start operating on GOAT mode, on God mode, as Roman Reigns would say. So we're going to have them acknowledge us as the tribal chief and, you know, get to the top of this thing. So my people, thank you all once again for tapping in with me. And until next time, peace.